Hello, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is 3 quick and easy meals that you can make for your family. The first meal being shrimp tacos. It's actually just the garlic shrimp, and I made it into shrimp tacos. I'll leave the recipe down below for the garlic shrimp. The second one is a salmon with a side of spinach chips. That is my own recipe. And then the last one is a tilapia, which I got the recipe off Pinterest, and a side of potatoes, and the potatoes are my own recipe, but I forgot to show them in the video how to make, so I will show you guys over on Instagram one of these days. We're gonna start off with the garlic shrimp that I turned into shrimp tacos. For this meal, you're going to need the following ingredients. Once you have gotten all your seasonings in order, make sure you coat your shrimp in all the dry seasonings, nicely coat it for flavor and for cooking. You're then going to melt your butter and mix in your garlic and constantly stir so that the garlic does not get stuck to your pan. And once you have done that and the butter is nicely melted and the garlic is nicely browned, you're going to add your shrimp and constantly stir your shrimp as well. Coat it in the buttery garlic sauce that you're creating so that it does not stick to your pan. Once that's done, you're going to coat your shrimp in half of a lemon, and then you're going to set it on a plate however you like. I did shrimp tacos, added sour cream, romaine lettuce, and mozzarella cheese. Okay, so this is actually an impromptu dinner recipe, or not a recipe, but dinner idea, because I don't have a recipe for it. This is just the way that I make salmon, but a good dinner idea would be salmon, however you choose to make it, with some spinach chips. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 3 salmon fillets here. They're skinless. I bought them from Walmart. I topped them with this cooking spray, or this extra olive oil cooking spray. So I put that at the bottom, and then I sprayed on the top as well. I'll add a little bit of paprika. I'll add some pink salt, Himalayan pink salt, because I've mentioned before we don't eat regular salt. I usually just use pink salt. And then I'm going to put some roasted garlic and herb. I love this thing. I have a couple of the Grill Masters McCormick seasonings. We don't have a grill, but still I use them in the oven and when I cook something. And of course, it's not going to focus, but whatever. And then some rice vinegar on the top. And then I'll let it sit for about 30 minutes before I put it in the oven and make dinner tonight. And then the baby spinach, I'll show you guys how I do it, but you're just gonna need some spinach. You're gonna top it with a little bit of olive oil. You're gonna top it with some pink salt, and then you're gonna top it with some Italian herb. I don't use Italian herb exactly, but I use this organic garlic and herb seasoning blend. Okay, so I've layered the spinach on this aluminum foil. You want a baking dish, but I don't have one. And then you want either parchment paper or very lightly non-stick aluminum foil. I don't have parchment paper, so we're just gonna try and make it work on this aluminum foil. I did put cooking spray on the aluminum foil, and then the spinach has olive oil. So I do not know if it's going to work and be crispy. Hopefully it doesn't have too much oil on it, but this is what it is, and if it doesn't work, we'll try again, but hopefully it works. Okay, so this is the second batch I had to make. I failed at the first one like completely, but here is the little chip. They're crispy, and you just let them sit here for 2 to 3 minutes. There you have it. I served the salmon with a side of spinach chips and some mashed potatoes for Anthony. Alyssa got just the salmon and regular spinach covered in ranch, and then Aaliyah got spinach salad with ranch, some mashed potatoes, and salmon, and we called it dinner. Last but not least, it is the lemon garlic tilapia with a side of air fried potatoes. Again, I'll show you guys over on Instagram how I make my air fried potatoes, but for this meal you're gonna need the following ingredients. Once you have all your ingredients in order, you're going to start off by preparing your tilapia. So I wash and rinse my tilapia, then I pat them down dry before I add any of the seasonings. So that's exactly what I was doing there. Now I'm just adding all my dry seasonings to each side of each tilapia. For this meal, you're going to also need a whisk and some measuring cups, and here I'm preparing what I'm going to need for the sauce. You're going to cook your tilapia first, and you'll see that me doing that in the video, and then you're going to remove the tilapias from the pan to cook your sauce. So before I do that, I like to prepare what I'm going to need for the sauce as well as what I'm going to need to cook the tilapia. So make sure you just prepare your garlic, your heavy cream, your butter, and your chicken broth. Once that's done, you're going to start by cooking your tilapia. So I'm going to melt my butter, add my olive oil, mix that in, and make sure my butter is nicely melted before I add my tilapia in there. And the recipe calls for each tilapia to be cooked for 3 minutes on each side. So that is exactly what we're going to do. Once that's done, you are going to remove the tilapias from your stovetop, use the same pan, add the butter and the garlic, and start making the lemony sauce that you're going to need to serve over the tilapias. You want to make sure that you constantly whisk all your ingredients for the sauce at all times so that it doesn't get overly dry and stuck to your pan. And then once the sauce is pretty much done like it is here, you have two different choices. You can either add the tilapia back into your pan or remove the sauce from your pan and serve it over your tilapia. And then you're just gonna serve it over a side of your choosing, or next to a side of your choosing. We decided potatoes this time around, but each meal took about 30 minutes and they were really good. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on social media. I will see you the next time.